tomorrow.
Who are you? By what right do you keep my passport?
Never mind who I am. We're making sure who you are.
And call the American Embassy. Ask for Leslie Sloat, the political secretary. That shouldn't take that long.
Уже свободен.
Thank God you're back. What happened?
Confiscated my passport till tomorrow. Let's get the hell out of here.
Who confiscated your passport?
Those army officers.
He hasn't the right.
He's got the guns.
Well, what are you going to do without your passport?
I don't know. I'll say I lost in a bombardment or something. I don't care.
That's a terrible risk.
Yeah, well, that's a bad bunch back there. Ask Barrow.
Oh, yeah. Bad Polaks. Brennen Zonze.
Came in too high. Carrier deck's a damn small piece of real estate to land on, Warren. Remember that. Otherwise, you did all right. What do you think? Should we cancel the officers' dance tonight? Because of Poland? What's it to us? Guess your old man's having a hot time in Berlin right about now. My father seldom has a hot time.
Lieutenant Henry, you got a call from Washington. It's your father. You can reach him at this number.
Yep, Warren. They yanked me right back here. Just for a few days, staying at the Army-Navy Club. Mom's in Berlin. I'll be returning there. Now, everything's just fine. How are you making out as a flyboy?
Well, I'm improving. You know, Dad, it's really great to talk to you.
Hey, where the devil is Madeline? There's no answer at Aunt Augusta's.
Well, Madeline's in New York, Dad.
New York? Doing what?
Well, she's working at CBS.
Hang on a minute, Warren. Russ Carton. Hey, long time no see.
Hello, Pug. Why aren't you in uniform?
Uniform?
Well, what do the State Department birds tell you?
Checking Army, Navy, and wait.
Oh, snafu as usual. You're due to see the president in 20 minutes. My car's downstairs.
Come on in. I'm on the phone. Warren, I'll have to call you back. Right.
Fire Henry Natalie Jasper to see Mr. Sloat.
You see Arale in Italy, huh?
Arale?
Dr. Aro Yastro. We call him Arale.
Oh.
Sure, of course we will.
Will you please tell him Berele say Lech Lecha, huh? Two simple words in Hebrew. Lech Lecha. Remember, please.
Lech Lecha.
That means get out.
Yes, go out. I must go now. I have to go to find my wife and daughter. God watch you.
Be careful.
Bye.
Hi, Calvin. Glad to see you, too. Come on in here. It's all right. Let him in. Come on in. Hello, Justin.
Without your passport. You're lucky you weren't picked up and shot.
Shot at again, you mean?
I'll cable your father via Stockholm. He'll let Aaron know that Natalie's all right.
Oh, I'm dying for a bath.
Use my apartment. I moved in here. All the senior personnel left for Stockholm. I got elected to remain in charge.
Can I take Byron with me?
My mother might object.
For crying out loud, Byron, with all the running in and out of bushes you and I have been doing together. He's like a kid brother, sort of.
Don't you believe it? I'm really a hot-blooded beast. I'm gonna find a YMCA.
Suit yourselves.
How do we get out of Poland, Les?
Who knows? Radio Stockholm has announced the Wehrmacht will surround the city within a week. Hitler's announced that the Poles don't surrender then, Warsaw will be leveled. Fortunately, the Swedish ambassador is trying to negotiate a safe conduct out of Warsaw for all the neutrals through German lines. That's how we'll get out. I hope.
Can't understand it, Russ. What can he possibly want with me?
Well, you'll find out soon enough.
You know, he gave me the chewing out of my life once.
The president?
He was Assistant Secretary of the Navy then. I was an ensign. He was sailing to Europe aboard my destroyer summer of 1918. I was hosing myself down on the forecastle after a workout. He came bounding out, very athletic man, very snappy dresser. Well, I drenched his brand new outfit from head to toe. Wasn't funny.
Well, he's had a lot on his mind since 1918. Here we are. Commander Henry to see the president.
He's expecting you. I'll tell him you're here.
Lord, it's totally correct. I will find out.
Hello there, Commander. Glad to see you. Drop your bonnet on the desk. Have a chair. Oh, by the way, this is the Secretary of Commerce, Harry Tompkins.
Sir?
How about some breakfast, Commander?
No, thank you, sir. I've already eaten.
Well, Pug, have you learned yet how to hold on to a saltwater hose at sea?
God, sir. I've heard about your memory.
Harry, this young fella ruined the best blue serge blazer and straw hat I ever owned. Now that I'm Commander-in-Chief of the Navy, Pug Henry, what have you got to say for yourself?
The quality of mercy is mightiest in the mightiest.
Oh, very good. Quick thinking. I'm a Shakespeare lover myself. You're forgiven. About your report to Admiral Preble on the low combat readiness of Germany. You wrote it before the Germans launched this new form of warfare, of course, this blitzkrieg, as the press is calling it. You couldn't foresee that, could you?
I stand by my report, sir.
Well, then how is it they're blitzing Poland so easily, a country with 2.5 million men under arms?
Surprise, concentration of force, better political leadership, better leadership in the field, better training, a sound war plan, plus a lot of interior rot and confusion behind the Polish lines.
Well put.
Also,
Go on.
Also, the British and the French have been sitting on their duffs through the greatest strategic opportunity they'll ever have. You can't win the game without getting on the field. I'm stepping way out of line.
Yeah. Do you suppose he'll offer peace when he finishes with Poland if he's all that unprepared?
Why not? It might just work.
You don't know the British.
How well do you know the Germans?
Well, they're a hard people to know. In the end, there's only one thing we have to know about the Germans.
Oh, what's that?
How to lick them.
A warmonger, eh? Are you suggesting we ought to get into it?
Negative, sir, in the strongest way. Unless we have to.
No, we'll have to. How did you foresee that he'd make a pact with Stalin? People here were stupefied.
Mathematical. Somebody had to make a wild guess. It just happened to be me.
No, there was an astute report.
Actually, we had advanced intelligence here. It just wasn't believed.
That's usually the catch with intelligence. What's Hitler really like? Have you met him?
Only to shake hands.
Well, Pug, thanks. You know, I like that report. Touches like the submarine base emptying out at 5 o'clock. That spoke volumes. Gave me a feel about what was going on over there. That's important. You have a knack. How about dropping me a line now and then? Just anything that strikes you as significant or interesting. But not through channels, mind. I get enough official reports, Lord knows.
Aye, sir.
Goodbye, Commander.
Sir, Mr. President. Russ? Well, do I go straight back to Berlin or what?
Unless you got other business here.
I do. The point of this meeting, for which I crossed the Atlantic, is that I'm to send him some Berlin chit-chat direct now and then as the spirit moves me.
Mm-hmm.
Bypassing the chain of command, if I understood him.
You understood him.
Slightly non-regulation.
Well, he's the boss man.
Commander Henry?
Yes?
State sent that over for you.
Bathe or I'll go mad. I can't stand myself anymore. Sloat's rooms all smell like an old library. The Look, let's get cleaned up and then you better find a hospital and get your head examined. Come here. You sweet fool risking your neck to protect some dopey Jews. Hadn't you better put another bandage on that thing?
That's gonna be okay.
My God, how young you are. I keep forgetting.
I flunked out of graduate school. Isn't that mature enough for you?
Leave, please. My God, what now? Do you think they're coming this way?
I don't know. Let's just stay inside here and relax. It'll probably be over in a minute. You want a cigarette?
No, thank you. It's like a summer storm coming towards us. I never pictured it like this. Don't you think we better go to the cellar?
No, stay right here. We're better off. Just take it easy. It's gonna be over soon. It's not going away. I told you it'd be all right.
Those German bastards. My God, Brian, look! Can't we help? Can't we do something?
They probably got volunteer squads nursing clean up like that. I'll check it out.
I can't watch it anymore. Sorry I got you into this, Brian.
Don't worry about me. I'm having a good time. This is fun.
Fun? There must be hundreds of people dead or dying from this raid. Did you see the kids they pulled out of that building?
Yeah, I saw him. All I meant was that I don't think I'm going to be killed, and this is probably the most exciting time I've ever had in my life.
How stupid and callous can you be? I mean, Sloat thinks that I'm screwy, but you are really peculiar.
beat me round a corner, about a corner, be a school.
You really like this Tommy Rott?
Well, Daddy's the biggest comedian in radio. He makes $15,000 a week.
That's obscene right there. That's more than a rear admiral makes in a year.
Well, millions of people love him.
Does nature need a gentle push? For that great regular feeling, try Phenolax, the gentle candy coaxer.
You sure fell out of the sky. How'd you track me down?
I called Warren in Pensacola.
Oh. How is he?
He says he's got a girl.
Yeah?
Now, this one sounds serious. She's the daughter of that isolationist congressman, you know, from Florida, Ike LeCouture.
Whew. You know what? I think Q should be taking a break about now.
I'm very sorry you want her to go back to school.
The girl is 19.
She's better than women of 30 who've worked for me. She's reliable, energetic.
I wish he'd show some of these 4-0 qualities in school.
I loathe school.
Say, how about coming on our show as a guest, Commander?
I'm nobody.
Miss Cleveland, 15 minutes.
You're the attaché in Berlin. You could strike a blow for a two-ocean navy like Admiral Preble did.
Not on your life.
Well, no harm in asking, I hope. Well, it's been nice meeting you, Commander. And if you change your mind, we'd love to have you, sir.
Phil has the final script.
Energetic.
Is he married?
He has a wife and 3 children.
When does school start?
Dad, I'd be so miserable. I feel like I've joined the Navy, and I want to stay in.
What attracts you to this flimsy business? It's the furthest thing from your mother's interests or mine.
Well, what about the time Mom spent that summer traveling in a musical show? Did she ever tell you about that?
Sure, she was 17. It was an escapade.
Was it? You know, a couple of years ago, in her old Nag's Head house, when she and I were up in the attic, Mom came across the old parasol she used in her dance solo. And right there in the dirty attic, she kicked off her shoes, she opened the parasol, she picked up her skirt, and she did the whole dance for me. And then she sang a song, Ching Ching Chalawa China Girl. Mom's a frustrated actress, that's what.
Ching Ching Chalawa China Girl. She did that dance for me too, Madeline. Long, long ago.
Oh, Dad, please let me stay and work.
When I get to Berlin, I'll discuss it. With Ching Ching Chalawa China Girl.
Oh,
Thanks. Ching Ching Chalawa China Girl, there can be no finer girl. What does Ching-a-ling Chalawa mean? It means that I love da-da-da-da-dum-dum you.
You should have been an actress.
Oh, it is just a faded dream.
Great heavens, 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know where the time has gone. Oh, Rhoda, I can't tell you how you cheer me. The opera, the boat ride, the ballet this evening. It's all been so grand, so nice.
Well, your pug doesn't have the time for such things, or the inclination. It's been my week to howl.
It's due back Friday.
That's what the cable says.
Well, that should make you happy.
Ecstatic. I miss him.
Well, it looks like Poland may be finished by then.
And has your visit been a success?
So-so, just so-so. Except for getting to know you. And Commander Henry.
Good night, Palmer.
Good night, Rhoda.
Come, I'll walk you to the door.
Warsaw surrounded. We are entitled to a glass of cognac.
And still the French have not moved. That calls for cognac.
Right. What ails the French? There's more tanks than we have in all of Poland, with 100 infantry divisions facing a paper-thin screen, a tremendous air umbrella in the RAF, and their own air force.
The bill isn't there.
It will go down as a miracle. A historic military miracle. Now, it's too late for them.
He foresaw it as a political genius.
I gave orders not to be disturbed.
General von Roon. What? Would you repeat that, please? Our military attaché from Moscow. The Russians are on the move. Yes. Yes.
Against whom?
Yes. Yes.
Against whom?
I see. Thank you. Führer gave the eastern half of Poland to the Soviets in a secret protocol of the pact. Our troops are approaching the dividing line. The Russians are jumping in to grab their share.
What pretext are they giving?
Due to the collapse of the Polish government, they are moving to protect the Ukrainian nationals.
Hyenas.
Ribbentrop is coming, on his train, no doubt. He will give us the final lines of the protocol in the morning. The Russian military attaché will come with him to confirm them and to prevent troop clashes. We will certainly have to withdraw from the oil fields around Drohobych. That is now in the Soviet area.
We shed German blood for those oil fields.
We are finally learning the price of that pact.
The Russians will now be 200 kilometers nearer to Berlin.
More important, we shall be 200 kilometers further away from Moscow.
Broad daylight out. Turn open those curtains.
Is there anything going on out there?
No, nothing unusual.
Okay, let's have some daylight. Such smoke. Are there really that many fires?
God, yes. The sky was great more until dawn came up. All red and smoky, like Danny's Inferno.
What about the water, Byron?
Me and Gunga Din, you may talk of gin beer when you're quite safe out here.
How'd you haul it back? Did you manage to find gasoline after all?
You can forget about the truck. I think gasoline's finished in this town. I just scrounged around until I found a horse and a cart. Where's Natalie? The hospital?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'd appreciate it if you go over there and bring her back right away. Listen. The Russians across the Polish border in the east are marching in this direction. So things are looking just a little grim for Warsaw. Now, the Swedish ambassador has worked something out for the evacuation of the neutrals. But I have to have my people prepared to move.
I'll go get her.
Byron, I have to visit this safe conduct exit route in the morning with the ambassador. You might come along.
Yeah, sure. Look, will you listen to him this time for once? He happens to be right.
I don't want to hear about it anymore, Byron. This is the only maternity ward left in Warsaw now. The Germans bombed out St. Catherine's last night. It was horrible. Everywhere, pregnant women running around on fire, their babies burning.
The point is the Russians are on their way.
Oh, they're hundreds of miles away. Look, I've got to stay here. They need me. If you want to go, go ahead.
If the neutrals leave, we're gonna go with them.
Natalie, I hear what you're saying, and the young man is right. You have to go with your people.
But we don't even know if they're going. If they do go, he can come and fetch me.
You can't take that risk. You are Jewish.
That woman over there is hemorrhaging.
She will be attended to. Go. You have helped us. Thank you. Go.
Leslie Sloat is nothing but a selfish bastard. All he wants is one less thing to think about. Still having fun, Byron?
Yeah, more fun than a barrel of monkeys.
The ambassador's here.
Sloat's gonna let you go with us.
Well, I think you're both crazy. Why go near Germans when you don't have to, huh?
Of course we're both crazy, Mark. Why else would we be here? Come on.
How do we know this route is open? I mean, we have an alternate route.
My dear, we may go rather close to the front.
I've heard guns before.
Very well, let us go then, please.
It's amazing that this bridge still stands.
German marksmanship is not as devastating as they claim.
Where are all those soldiers going?
They are returning from the front. They come home for lunch or dinner, or to sleep with their wives. Then they ride back and shoot at the Germans.
How far do we go?
A few miles. We look for advance headquarters near an old church.
wrong turn. We're behind the German lines.
Hardly. I don't believe we have come more than 3 miles from the bridge.
Stop this car.
Stand here.
These young people are my responsibility. I had no idea that we'd endanger them in this way. We must take these civilians back to Warsaw.
Colonel Rakowski is expecting us at this moment. The ceasefire will probably come at 2 o'clock.
Look, we must go back.
I'm afraid there isn't time. I have to view the route. So must you, in case our parties get separated.
Just a minute. I insist that you at least take us back to the bridge first. From there, we can hitch a ride on a bus or a truck.
Really, we are not behind the German lines.
Look, we are perfectly fine. Let's go on.
Natalie Leslie's right. He has a responsibility. Let's get out here. We can wait for you over in one of those cabins.
Great idea. We'll wait in this one right here. I saw a woman in the doorway.
My dear, please, do as you are told.
Listen, maybe if I rode along with you, I could have a look at the layout for the American party later.
Excellent. See you shortly.
Come on, let's get inside, quick.
And it was just a few hundred meters down the road. Dzień dobry. Jak się ma pułkownik Rakowski?
Bardzo dobrze, panie ambasadorze. Najlepszy widok jest z tej wieży. Właśnie.
He says that the best view is from that tower. I must make a sketch. It's important that the refugees don't head for the wrong church.
I can probably draw a fairly good map. Why don't you let me climb up there?
Ale ta wieża jest bardzo niebezpieczna. Ciągle strzelają.
The colonel says the tower has been drawing quite a lot of fire.
Okay.
Bardzo ważny facet. Skacze na szczyt tej wieży.
Hi. Okay? I have to sketch a map. Speak English? Okay.
Okay.
It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, and wherever it is, may you wave.
Hey, Mark! Mark Hartley! Hey, Mark, come on, we're leaving. What's the matter? You okay?
Byron, I've never been so scared in my life. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. My name isn't really Hartley, you see. It's Marvin Horowitz. Horowitz. From Brooklyn.
So what? How's anybody gonna find out about that?
Well, I thought that President Roosevelt was gonna send us out on army planes. But we're going to the Germans, Byron. Germans. I don't think I can handle that. What are you doing?
Stick that in your bag. Make a good Christian out of it. I'll pull it out.
Thanks, Byron.
He's coming. He's really scared, but he's coming. How are you?
What can they do to me? I have an American passport. They don't know I'm a Jew.
Look it. Don't go getting brave and defiant. Let's just get the hell out of here.
I'm not an imbecile, Byron. Come on, let's go.
Natalie, you might find it more comfortable with us in the embassy car.
recovery my meth did a pretty good job. $2:00. Right on the button.
Przyjaciele prawdopodobnie będą zaatakować koło godziny 3. A my wrócili atakiem jak najbardziej szybko. Z tego powodu musicie ruszyć stąd. Życzę Państwu dużo szczęścia. Niech żyje wolność. Niech żyje wolna Polska. Keep together. Do not make wrong turns. It is an easy hour's walk even for old persons. The enemy will undoubtedly recommend hostilities at 3, and we will return the heaviest fire. Therefore, keep coming. Good luck to you all. Long live freedom. Long live Poland. Prego stare uniti. Mantenersi sul cammino.
We're at church. Afraid?
Not anymore, now that it's actually happened. I don't know, it's kind of like a dream.
All right, some dream, Natalie. My name is Mark Hartley, and I'm a good Christian.
Wasser. Bitte Wasser. Ja, Wasser. Wasser.
Graham.
Graham, yes. Thank you.
Graham.
Graham and Graham. Thank you. Oh, this is Jeff? Yes.
John.
All right.
Liebling.
Komm, Glenn, komm, Herzchen, schnell. Komm mit mir, komm. Hab keine Angst,
Look at Sloat. Were you taking a cigarette from a German for crying out loud and laughing?
Oh, my God, I think he's bringing him on.
Your chargé tells me your father is American naval attaché in Berlin.
Yes, sir, he is.
I'm a Berliner. My father's in the foreign ministry. I believe I had the pleasure of meeting your parents at the Belgium embassy and dancing with your mother. What on earth have you been doing in Warsaw?
Oh, sightseeing.
Ernst Bayer.
Byron Henry, hi. Where do we go from here?
Klovno. There you will transfer to a special train for Königsberg.
And from there, the neutrals can choose to either go to Stockholm or Berlin. It'll be over a 3-hour drive. There's still room in the embassy car if you're interested.
Bad business. The Polish government is completely irresponsible. Warsaw should have been declared an open city 2 weeks ago. This destruction is pointless. In any event, it should be over in a day or two.
You never know. It could take a lot longer than that.
You think so? Nice to have met you, Mr. Henry.
Byron, why the hell did you get him angry?
Oh, come on, blaming the Polish government for this siege.
Oh, yeah!
1 minute after 3.
Poor Warsaw.
Please, don't talk. Don't say anything. Let's just get on the truck. Come on.
Well, I'd kind of like to see Berlin myself.
Are you crazy, Natalie? What are you, absolutely crazy? You just go to Stockholm, baby. You just pray they let you go to Stockholm. You know something, Byron? This woman definitely has a screw loose.
Barrel's message goes for you, too.
Oh, for God's sakes, would you stop with the Hebrew, please? Oh.
willkommen. Das deutsche Volk ist Ihr Gastgeber und heißt Sie herzlich willkommen. Unsere Beziehungen zu Polen haben sich wieder normalisiert. Ein neues Polen entsteht aus der Asche, gesäubert und gesetzesfürchtig. Unser Führer ist dabei, die noch offenen wichtigen Fragen mit Großbritannien und Frankreich zu lösen. Europa und die gesamte Welt gehen einem neuen, noch nie erlebten Wohlstand entgegen. Und jetzt laden wir Sie herzlich ein, gut zu speisen.
So, meine Damen und Herren, ihr seid alle zum Essen eingeladen.
Da drüben. Sie da, die. Die anderen verteilen sich.
Listen, everybody, please.
Sie gehen ja zu den Amerikanern.
Those are the SS. I'll do any talking that has to be done.
Ik ben Leslie Sloat, Zurzeit Church Affair. You have a gentleman named Byron Henry in your party? Your father represents the American Navy in Berlin? This message is forwarded to you via our foreign minister. Your party's passports. May I have them, please?
I'm reluctant to surrender them for obvious reasons.
I assure you it's quite routine. They will be returned to you in Königsberg. Thank you. Now your roster, please. You have no Negroes in your party? How many Jews?
We make no record of religious affiliation.
But you do have Jews.
Even if there were Jews in this party, I would have to decline to answer. My government's policy is one of absolute equality of treatment.
Who are these Jews, please?
I just don't know if there are any Jews.
My government's policy is simply to maintain separate record for Jews.
I wasn't interested, you see, so I never asked.
I'm instructed to separate out the Jews. Form a double line, please, alphabetically. No.
You are in the custody of the Wehrmacht, in a combat zone. Under strict martial law, I call this to your attention.
For your purposes, you can assume that we're all Jews.
Now, just a minute. What on earth do you mean by that? I'm certainly not a Jew, and I don't want to be classified or treated as one.
We'll all be treated alike, Clara, that's all. Please cooperate.
Oh, no. No, you don't. Nobody's putting me down for any Jew. Sorry, Leslie, I'm just not buying it.
What is your name, madam?
Clara Young, Chicago, Illinois. And I'm not Jewish, you can be damn sure of that.
Would you be kind enough to point out the Jews in your party?
No, thank you, mister. That's your business, not mine.
What is your name?
Tom Stanley.
Now, you know your party cannot board this train before I carry out my orders. You seem to understand this matter much better than your chargé. Who are the Jews here?
Well, I tell you, friend, I'd like to cooperate. I really would. But as far as I know, there's not a one. Not in this party.
You, step forward.
Stay where you are. I would like your name and rank. And I warn you, if this continues, it will result in a written protest from my government.
There is no reason to protest. The officials of the other governments are cooperating. What is your name?
Hartley, Mark Hartley.
Hartley. I see. And under what name were you born?
Hartley.
Ah, really? And what were your parents?
Americans?
Jews.
No. Americans.
Mr. Hartley has been to church with me every Sunday in Warsaw. He's a Methodist, the same as me.
I can vouch for that. I conducted the services. Mark is a devout Christian.
I'm sure that a little physical examination would
I would
show...
report that as a personal violence. In America, circumcision at birth is routine.
I'm circumcised.
So am I.
Vergeuden Sie keine Zeit mehr. Vergeuden Sie keine Zeit. Durchsuchen Sie den Koffer.
Now, hold it, sir. This is not a customs point. There is no reason to search personal belongings.
Also, kein einziger Jude unter all den Amerikanern, ne? Ja, könnte ja sein. Jeder Jude, der in diesem Sommer nach Warschau kommt, muss verrückt sein. Kommen Sie! Sonst fährt der Zug noch mit Verspätung ab.
What are you staring at?
You're very pretty.
Thank you.
Rather dark. Your ancestry?
Italian.
Your name?
Mona Lisa.
I see. Step forward.
She's my fiancée. Leave her alone.
Joachim! Kommen Sie schon! Lassen Sie das! Verdammt noch einmal!
Very well. You love your Jews. Take them.
Achtung, Achtung! Alle Juden sollen sich sofort in den Speisesaal begeben. Meine Damen und Herren, Sie werden gebeten, in den Zug auf Bahnsteig 7 einzusteigen. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine gute Reise.
All right, gather all your possessions so we can board the train now. Make sure you have everything and keep a hold of the children. Let's proceed right through. Natalie, Byron, over here.
Stockholm, here I come. I lost all interest in Berlin.
Is everyone okay?
Well, I am now. Leslie, you are magnificent.
Sure was.
Mona Lisa.